Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Ultimate Dragon Ball Iceberg. This is Part 4, Level 4, Mastered Super Saiyan. We're getting into it. Yeah, I know I said there was going to be like a video in between this one and the last one. That's because the video I'm working on is actually going to be a bigger video than I thought. Not as big or as long as these series of videos have been, but it'll be fun. It'll be me talking about my favorite game. So, if you want, you can actually check out my streams on my Twitch channel I've been doing of this game if you're curious as to what my favorite game is. But yeah, I've been going through it, making comments about the game as I go on that'll be most likely incorporated into the video. But it'll be real cool, so that's just kind of a bit of a forward. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into this Dragon Ball Iceberg. So first off, we're starting with Blue Popo. Blue Popo is just during like the re-airing of the Dragon Ball Kai episodes. They edited Mr. Popo's skin to be blue so he wouldn't look like a racist caricature. It looks really weird. Like, it's a really weird saturation effect on his like skin. They didn't like actually color him blue. They just like changed the values on the black so it would look blue. And yeah, it just gives him a really weird appearance that, like, again, just redesign the character. Don't make him look like a friggin' southern mammy. Just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Goten Black. Goten Black was a fan theory that was going on around the time of the Dragon Ball Super's Goku Black arc. This was around the time we were getting pictures of Goku Black, but the mystery of who Goku Black is wasn't really revealed. And a big theory that people had was, what if Goku Black isn't Goku? What if this is Goten? Because in Trunks's, future Trunks's universe, we know that, like, Goku dies of the heart virus and, Gohan dies from the androids. But some people suspected that maybe Goten was still conceived during this time. So then later on, Goten became evil for some reason. That's kind of the theory behind it. Obviously, that's not the case, and Goku Black is just, what's his name? Zamasu? I think it's Zamasu. You know the guy. I'll do a picture of him. He ended up taking over Goku's body, and that is how Goku Black came into existence. Fun fan theory, though. Probably would have made the story a little cooler. I don't know. Evil Angel Theory. So I believe this is a theory that Mastar Media proposes. We talked about Mastar Media a little bit earlier in the Dragon Ball Iceberg. What this proposes is that there are some moments when, like, the angels are basically just looking kind of sussy. And he implies that there might be some evil intentions behind the angels' actions in the Dragon Ball Super story. And that maybe they might end up being, the real bad guys. I'll put a link to the video down below so you guys can watch it and see if you believe this theory or not. I don't think this is a theory that is really going to have any legs, because I just don't think Toriyama cares about the angel characters that much, especially given the direction the series has been taking. But, hey, it's an interesting theory. I'm a fire in my laser. I'm a fire in my laser is a really, really old meme. Like, I'm talking old meme. We're not quite sure where it originated from, but basically it was this depiction of Cell in his, like, second form, opening his mouth super wide and shooting a beam. I guess making fun of Cell. Part of the problem with it, though, is the character is depicted in blackface style. So there's a bit of controversy behind this meme. It's not one that's really used that much anymore, mainly kind of because of the racist connotations it has. Episode 5, Bad Animation. This is referring to Episode 5 of the Dragon Ball Super anime when it was first airing. I think nowadays re-airings will have updated animation, so you probably won't see it moving forward. But the debut episode of Dragon Ball Super they were really rushing to get the show out there because, it's a popular show and they're putting out a new episode every week. In it, there is a fight between Goku and Beerus. This is before they have their Super God Saiyan fight together. And so Goku transforms, goes Super Saiyan 3, and they fight, and the animation cells are the worst. I'm showing them throughout this, whole little discussion here. It's bad. So yeah, it was a big controversy, but Toei did go back later and redo some of those scenes that really needed it. So now the show looks a lot better. Kamehacon. Kamehacon is a convention that I believe is in Texas. I don't think it's anywhere else. And it's just a giant Dragon Ball convention. It's pretty cool. People, all dress up as Dragon Ball characters. Voice actors from the series are there, as well as it looks like voice actors from fan projects are there. So when I was talking about Legend, A Dragon Ball Tale, some of the voice actors from that are going, as well as I think Team 4-Star probably goes to that too. So like I said, it's just a giant super convention. If you're in the area, you should check it out and go. It seems like it would be a lot of fun. Dragon Ball New Journey. Dragon Ball New Journey is a misconception people had of this image. It looks like Disney basically made their own, render of what a Dragon Ball Disney production would look like. This was not the case. This was just a fan image that someone made because they were like, how close could I make it to the Disney Pixar style? And when it got posted, people kind of ran wild with it going, oh, Pog, Disney's making a Dragon Ball movie? This is going to be great. But yeah, it's not real. It's just a fan thing. Cell arc changes. There were a lot of changes to the Cell arc that Toriyama made throughout writing it. Basically, he would get feedback from his editors and completely change the direction of the story because of that. One of his editors, I'll put the name here because I'm kind of bad at pronouncing it, Kazuhiko Torishima. I apologize if I mispronounced that. At the time, would give him feedback on the main villains of the series. So Toriyama only planned on androids 19 and 20 being the villains of the Android Saga, aka Cell Arc. And his editor, Torishima, would go, hey, I thought, the real enemy showed up and you made a fat dude and an old dude. These are the main villains of it. So then Toriyama would go, oh, okay, yeah, no, these aren't them. And then he created androids 17 and 18, the real villains. To which Torishima would go, what is it? So now it's just some kids are the main bad guy? What? And then that's when he created Cell and was like, this is it. This is the main bad guy. Cell's the bad guy. So that whole run had a lot of changes that were not the plan. And it's thanks to Toriyama's editors that we have iconic characters like Cell and 17 and 18. His power is maximum. It's from this newspaper article from maybe somewhere in Fresno, California. Unsure. It's looking at children's artwork, and some kid, Marcus Johnson, drew Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. It says Broly from DBZ, his power is maximum. This was kind of a pseudo meme that never really took off. But yeah, I remember this going around on the internet for a while. It's pretty funny. Hironobu Kageyama. He is an iconic composer in the world of anime and video games. He is most notable for creating the Chala Head Chala theme song of Dragon Ball Z. He's done a lot of iconic work. You will have really heard of him. He's dubbed by many as the Prince of Anime just because of his dedication to making music for anime and video games. Like I said, it's a very popular guy, and actually he has gone on to form, I don't know if he formed the group or joined the group, Jam Project. They're the ones who did the theme song to One Punch Man that is really iconic. He's just really good at making bangers for anime, and it shows in all of his work. Genyu's original body. This is lore that is basically implying that Genyu's body that we see when he's a part of the Frieza's, elite Ginyu squad, that is not his original body. That he would have had to have learned how to use that like technique before. He actually makes comments about how it's weird when he's in Goku's body, he can't use the body's full power, which would imply that he is used to being able to use a body's full power once switching over to it. So that would mean he would have done this technique before, and the body he has is probably not his original body. There are also, I think, some characters that might imply in some other Dragon Ball media that they have seen or know of Ginyu's previous body. So it's just one of those things where, yeah, Ginyu's body is not his original body. 4D ride. I don't know if there's like a specific Dragon Ball 4D ride this one is wanting to discuss, because there are actually two. There's Dragon Ball Z, the 4D ride, and Dragon Ball Z Real 4D at Super Tenkaichi Budokai. There are 4D ride attractions that you could go to at Universal Studios Japan. It's just a fun 4D ride experience. The first one, Dragon Ball Z, the Real 4D ride, that just has Frieza's come back, and a mysterious person brought him back to be stronger than how Goku is. So while you're on the ride, all the like Z fighters, Vegeta and Piccolo and Goku and Krillin, all of them got to get together, stop Frieza. It's a fun ride. And the other one, the Real 4D at Super Tenkaichi Budokai, is like a Tenkaichi Budokai, you know, the big tournaments they do. They're having a big tournament for a ton of money. Everyone enters. All of a sudden, oh shit, Broly shows up, and then Goku has to fuse with a pod of people. Don't worry about it. It's a whole experience. But yeah, those two 4D rides, I don't believe either of them still exist. Maybe the Dragon Ball Z 4D ride at Tenkaichi Budokai still exists. But I don't see any like strong details about it. But yeah, if you're in Japan, let me know if it's still there. Copy Vegeta English voice actor. So, do you guys remember in the Dragon Ball Super episode where Goku and Vegeta go to like some other planet and there's like a purple goop version of Vegeta that's created they have to defeat? I think it's like 2 episodes. It's really weird. In the English dub, Vegeta's voice actor is not the same actor as the main voice actor for Dragon Ball Super Vegeta. It's actually Brian Drummond, who was the original Ocean dub Vegeta voice actor. So for 2 episodes, he gets to reprise his role as Vegeta. And you got 2 Vegeta voice actors, 2 canon main Vegeta voice actors in the same scene together. It's pretty cool. GT Goku's fate. There are a lot of theories as to what happens to Goku at the end of GT after beating Omega Shenron. He basically, gets on Shenron's back, kind of passes out, and the Dragon Balls absorb into him. And then later on, he kind of comes back as this, figure that no one's able to really see, but they can feel his presence. So, is Goku still alive, or did he die? And, there's some conjecture for both being possible. My theory is that GT Goku kind of ascends beyond this realm into the next. Not quite saying that he dies, but that he kind of evolves beyond the mortal realm, if you will. But yeah, there are a lot of theories as to what happened to Goku. Definitely read them. They're pretty interesting. Bulma's mom is an android. This is a theory that's going around, I think partially because of Team 4-Star. But it is a fun theory to think nonetheless. Basically, Bulma's mom and dad never aged throughout the entirety of the Dragon Ball series. Even Bulma, ages and, looks a little different. But, her mom looks like the day she was born. It looks like she always looked like this. I don't know why her mom is so young and her grandpa is also so young. But the theory possibly is that they are androids. And that is why they live forever. Or at least Bulma's mom is an android. In that, because Dr. Brief is a scientist, there's no reason he couldn't come up with a way to make an android body for his wife so she's hot and around forever. I don't know. This is just a dumb, silly theory, but if you like it, it's a fun one to speculate. Goku Taqueria. Goku Taqueria is a taco stand you can go to in Mexico. This taco stand painted a mural of Goku outside of it. It looks like they changed it over time. Here's a couple of them that you can take a look at. But yeah, it's just a fun little... Listen, Mexico loves Dragon Ball, okay? Dragon Ball Z is Mexican culture, and I don't care what anyone says. Dragon Ball Super bonus chapters. So Jump Victory Carnival is this event that happens in Japan that attendees can come to where Shonen Jump, the Jump people, they show off all the different things that they'll be having, that year, as well as things they have currently. And they create a little guidebook that they give out to all the attendees. In that guidebook, Dragon Ball would have these special edition stories that kind of explain things that aren't really covered all that well in Dragon Ball Super. For example, why the Pilaf gang is young. There's a story in there about how they made a wish when they needed the Dragon Balls, and that's why they couldn't use the Dragon Balls for some event or something. It's just really silly, but a way of explaining stories, story points that aren't fully finished. Resurrection of F Future Trunks Edition. There was a special edition version of the Resurrection F movie that aired in Japan. What they did was they added some bonus footage to tease the upcoming season of Dragon Ball Super, where Goku Black would be introduced. So in it, there are scenes of Trunks recounting the story of Frieza and how, the heroes previously had to deal with Frieza leading up to, Resurrection F. And then afterwards, it would tease Goku Black. So it's just some bonus footage to the Dragon Ball Z Frieza Return movie that existed. Kakumi. Dragon Ball Kakumi is a fan manga project that basically takes the story of Dragon Ball Super, but it goes in a completely different direction with it. It was basically for people that weren't fans of the current Dragon Ball Super story, because there were a lot of people that just did not like it. I don't think it's still ongoing. I think they got a cease and desist, but maybe there's some project version of it still going on. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's just a fan story. 40th Anniversary Super Gallery. This is really cool. In one of Jump's magazines, Sayako Jump, they're doing this special where every month a different prolific manga artist is going to draw their rendition of a Dragon Ball manga cover. It's really cool. You've got the artist of Naruto, Bleach, all sorts of super notable and influential manga artists are all drawing their own covers. Definitely check them out if you haven't seen them. They're still ongoing. It's expected to end, I believe November 24th is when the last one will come out. So yeah, check them out. 2 Yajirobis. In the original Takuban releases of the Dragon Ball manga, Toriyama would kind of have to think about what to draw on the spine art. A lot of mangas had little art where when you start buying the volumes and putting them together, they would make a little picture on your bookshelf that was really cool to show people. Well, Toriyama kind of forgot and drew Yajirobe once, and then later on drew Yajirobe again. So Yajirobe shows up twice on the spine art, and it was an accident. He apologized for it. Dragon Ball Run. Dragon Ball Run's a fun run they do in Japan. It's Dragon Ball themed. Everybody gets a Dragon Ball t-shirt, and you pay to enter. They have some fun Dragon Ball themed sides that you can go check out, but it's just a run for people to get exercise and participate in something fun. Dragon Ball Sai Vegeta did. Dragon Ball Sai is a fan story by Dragon Garo Lee. It tells the story of, instead of Goku being sent to Earth, Vegeta was sent to Earth at a young age. And it's cool. It's got 4 volumes. I've read it. It's really fun. I kind of wish Toei would kind of adopt some more stories like this from fans and put them out, just because they're really fun retellings of the Dragon Ball story. Definitely check it out if you want to see what someone thinks Vegeta coming to Earth at a young age would have been like for the world of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Zero. Dragon Ball Zero is a fan manga created by Toyable, who, if you don't know, is Toyotaro, the current artist and sort of director creator for the Dragon Ball Super manga that is ongoing right now. He made a story a while back about the young Saiyans, Raditz, Vegeta, and I think maybe Nappa? No, it wasn't Nappa. It was just 3 young Saiyans, Vegeta, Raditz, and some other Saiyan with like a bandana. I'm not sure who that's supposed to be. But it's a neat little story. I don't think he like completed it or anything, but that's all. Goku died on Namek. So this was a theory going around that Goku actually died in his fight with Frieza on Namek. What this is saying is during the fight, Goku got hit with like a blast and gets sent right underground into the water. Well, at that point in time, Shenron makes a wish for all the people who died by Frieza's hand to come back. This is to bring back all the Namekians and some of the other people who died that didn't deserve to die by Frieza. The next panel is then Goku rising out of the water, making some people think that that wish brought Goku back when Frieza killed him. But that is not the case at all, mainly because the dragon that is used is Shenlong, and that dragon already brought Goku back to life once. It can't bring people back to life more than once. So if that was the wish that would have brought him back, he would have been ineligible and stayed dead. So yeah, no, he didn't die. I'm a Vegeta. Vegeta's a YouTube channel for what seems to be just out of context Dragon Ball clips of Vegeta. It's funny. You should check it out. I watched a bunch of these while having a little bit of the funny lettuce. It's good stuff. Downside, it doesn't look like he has made any new videos in a long time. Looks like the last video was about 2 years ago, sadly. Saiyan tails are a recessive trait. So this is something that Toriyama, I believe, came up with to excuse why some Saiyans later on in the series are born without tails. Like Trunks and Goten don't have tails, but like they weren't taken off at any point. Bra was born without a tail. It seems that Toriyama just came out and was like, it's a recessive trait, and that's why Saiyans don't have tails sometimes. Even though like Gohan had a tail, it's weird. Don't worry about it. It's just a lore thing that he came up with to excuse his forgetfulness. GT lost episodes. During the original Toonami running of Dragon Ball GT, they decided not to air the first couple episodes that are about how like Goku becomes a kid and then they get on the spaceship to go to space. Like they're already in space and I believe on another planet when GT starts. And that's how they started, like, not only airing the episodes, but putting out the DVDs. Like, that was the first episode. Later on, they aired the lost episodes, which would cover those missing episodes, and then also put out a home release called The Lost Episodes. Toei History Chart Display. I don't have a lot of it. I know display of charts of, I guess, like, their work on animation and probably the Dragon Ball series. I don't know anything about it because I couldn't find any information on it. But that's what it's talking about. If I ever get a chance to go to Japan and get to go check out the Toei Museum, I will take a picture of it if I can, or at least I will come back and relay the story of what this chart is. Tenkaichi 4 mod. There's a mod for Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3 that they call Tenkaichi 4 mod. This is when pretty much the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi series was dead before we got the announcement they're making a new one, which I hope is as badass as 3. But anyway, 3 went ahead and added a ton of like additional characters from Dragon Ball that came later on that were never a part of it. So like Kaba, Caulifla, a bunch of Dragon Ball Super, and some more GT characters were added, as well as additional movie characters. It's pretty fucking cool. Maybe one day I'll play it on a stream if I can figure out how to set it up. But check it out if you're interested in playing it. But also know, Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 4 is coming. So maybe they should just change the mod to Dragon Ball Tenkaichi 5. Piccolo's dialogue in Viz manga. Yeah, so Piccolo's dialogue in the Viz manga is really weird. They're having a hard time attributing what American translator to doing this. But Piccolo will have some very like Shakespearean style language that is later on not seen as like this, you know, series kind of went on. I don't know why this is, but it's just very odd. I think they tried to make him just sound more intelligent, or maybe kind of make him have more of a Demon King Piccolo kind of feel. It's very weird. Hikari no Willpower. Hikari no Willpower is a track that was created by Hironobu Kageyama. We talked about him a little bit ago. It was supposed to be used for the video game Dragon Ball 22, and then again in Final Bout as the theme song for Future Trunks. However, Team 4-Star took the song as well and used it in their Abridged series, where they wrongly attributed it to Cliff Weinstein. It's just a really cool song. Honestly, to me, it sounds like a dope Mega Man X theme. I don't know why. Like, it kind of makes me want Kageyama to make music for the Mega Man X series, because I think he would do a great fucking job. Goku's birthday. So there's a misconception that Goku's birthday is April 16th. This is not insimilar to Goku Day that we talked about previously. This is his actual birthday. It seems that 2 websites, comicbook.com and Comic Book Resource, both claim his birthday is April 16th, but there is nothing in like the source material at all to back this up. Most likely this was their typical clickbaity articles that they make to kind of get readers to read their stuff, but it's not true. Honestly, any sort of lore thing you get from these websites, just disregard entirely. Dragon Ball Team Training. This is a cool mod for Pokemon Fire Red, where basically you can train up to 180 Dragon Ball fighters and have them compete in like Pokemon style battles. I've never played it, but maybe I'll download the mod sometime and play it because it sounds really, really cool. Dragon Ball De-Evolution. Dragon Ball De-Evolution is an unofficial fighting game for browsers where you play as sprite-based characters and just compete in, you know, melee fighting combat. It's pretty cool. There are a ton of characters to choose from. It's actually pretty detailed. There's online battles. There's an arcade for each character. It's really cool. Check it out if you never have. That time I got reincarnated as Yamcha. This is a really cool story. I've read it. It's actually an official Jump released product. It's about a fan of Dragon Ball. What if they woke up and were in the body of Yamcha at the start of Dragon Ball? Like, what would they do? And it's basically this person metagaming what they know to make Yamcha crazy strong and ready to fight the Saiyans when they show up. It's really cool. Sadly, it's short, and I don't think ever got an ending. It's only got about, what, 3 or 4 chapters? Yeah, it's got 3 chapters, an extra story, and 1 special. Definitely read it if you have it. I hope they make an animated, like, small series based on it. Kaioken times 100. Kaioken times 100 is what Goku does in the Lord Slug movie to beat Lord Slug. Kaioken 100 implies a lot of things. 1, if it's multiplying his power by the level it's saying it is, he would be somewhere between the strength of a Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. But, like, the strain on his body should have just killed him. Like, if we're going to be real about it, he should not have been able to achieve Kaioken times 2. This is some movie-only BS that is not really acknowledged outside of, like, that one movie. Dr. Goku. Dr. Goku is a fun YouTube series by Nino Guiro Studios. I hope I said that right. It's on the screen. He does a lot of really low effort but fun animation of a bunch of different characters, but one of his series is Dr. Goku. I don't know what Dr. Goku is about because I don't know Mexican. Mexican, what? It's Spanish. What the fuck? If you know Spanish, check it out. But yeah, it's the only thing that stops me from seeing this series because it looks like he has got a lot of ridiculous animations. Original modded characters. I don't know what this is in reference to. I legitimately have no idea. There are so many video games that can be modded. Original modded characters. It sounds like this is in reference maybe to like some original characters people created for like the games that are popular. But I don't know what that would be. If you do know, make a comment down below. Like I said, I'll probably at some point in time make a video that's a bunch of corrections for all these videos I've been making. Ben Ramsey apology. Ben Ramsey is the writer for the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. He apologized for writing that movie. You can read it if you look it up. Basically, he kind of says that he's like, yeah, I mainly did this for the payday. And I honestly didn't have as much love for the source material as I probably needed to make this movie succeed. And I apologize to fans everywhere who really looked forward to this movie. And I let you guys down. And I'll forever have to live with that. He talks about how I think he said he received death threats at one point. But he legitimately feels sorry for the low effort he put into the Dragon Ball Evolution movie. Anyway, that's level 4. I'm really glad this one didn't have that many like fan projects because I really don't want to read and watch hours of people's fan content. I'm sorry, it's just the fan portion of Dragon Ball I have like a small percentage interest in. But that's all for now. Like I said, please check me out on my Twitch channel. Like I said, I'm playing a special game, my favorite game of all time. It's not Dragon Ball related, so if you want to be Dragon Ball related, I'm sorry. Maybe next time. But this is a stream that's going to be the basis for a video that's more informative in my essay style that I know and hope people love. So till next time, remember to love yourself just like I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!